Hello, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and collective reading. Whenever this reading finds you, it's the right time. Keep in mind it's a general reading and see which messages feel like they resonate for you and hopefully bring a little clarity to whatever you're wondering. Remember that divine inner guidance, it's in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. I did do a little pre-energy pull, and it does look like there's big spiritual downloads coming on in, being understood, guiding you in a specific direction, lighting the way as you go. So let's dive on in. We're going to start with the, this is the tarot of the Black Rose. Let's just get a little clarity on this movement of energy or information coming in. I do feel like for some of you, it's sort of trickling on in. And now I see like, I want to say like it's raining cats and dogs. So maybe some of you are getting a lot of insight all at once. Or maybe it's that big clue that you needed to figure something out. Maybe it's a resolution. Let's see what's happening. See what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What would be helpful to know about the movement of energy and insight and wisdom on moving through this energy best? Please and thank you. Oh, well, the best way to move is to let the past go. If something is over, done, no mas, you don't want to drag all the baggage with you. This is feeling like you are finally releasing energy. I'm even getting for some of you like a little bit of manifestation for the future. So if there's anything you do truly desire, you know, in your soul, in your spirit, it has that sparkle and you're manifesting it. So it's kind of like you picture it, you feel it, you make it super vivid and vibrant, and you know, picture that thing that you're desiring almost like it's really there. But then you gotta forget about it. You gotta just let it go and let God, let the universe do its thing. Because if you still have a handle, you know, even if it's just energetically on something, or it could be in your mind as well, but if you keep holding on to that thing, you don't give it the space to work itself out. It's when you completely forget about it, just kind of let it go, that you let the universe do its thing, and it happens a lot faster. But it's also having that beautiful allowance where you want it to be for the highest and greatest good of everyone, especially yourself, because your higher self, tapped into spiritual energy, knows what is best for you, whereas your ego can kind of get you stuck. So this is death. It's a Scorpio energy. It is releasing the past and heading towards the light. I always feel like the little message that whispers with this card is today. What do you get to do? What do you get to do, not have to do? You know, what is it you desire that you can do with your energy or your creativity or planning something for tomorrow even? It's heading towards the light, not getting stuck in the dark. This is also where you have great transformation. I usually see the death card as entering into some kind of new phase where you can actually take a glimpse of what happened in the past and have gratitude for whatever it was or is, because you have more excitement about where you're going. So it's definitely where you're not kind of stuck in a circle. It's where you're ready for change. You're ready for growth. You're ready for expansion. You're ready to be vibrant and be in that new energy, that new you that you feel. So it's not bringing that old you with you. It's not bringing the baggage with you. It's utilizing it to transmute your energy. to be more in an evolution, a big change. There is also a lot of butterflies here. So maybe it was a little bit of a transition time in that cocoon, but I feel like you're ready to break free. You want to like see what those wings are all about. So let's get a little clarity on number 13, death, transition. What else would be helpful to know about this transition? Oh, maybe some of you are letting past relationships go. This is somebody who is maybe making a decision to finally have some closure, or to maybe, I'm even getting if some of you are just getting out there dating, that you're using, you know, the things that didn't work for you in past relationships as a means to know what you really desire. It could be that you or someone else is ready to finally make a big choice when it comes to love, when it comes to somebody else. This is a really beautiful energy. The 6 is always about balance in partnerships or balance in love. It could be somebody that's ready to make a commitment to you, but I feel like it involves you and someone else. It's not somebody deciding anything like on their own without the other person's input, how they feel, what they desire, what's good for them, what's not good for them. It's working all of that out. It's a constant merging of choices. And, you know, when you choose to go a certain direction, even when it's choosing to speak or not, all of that has, you know, like a boomerang effect. So maybe because I see a boomerang, this is somebody that's coming back for some of you. If there are any partnerships or people in your life, or that is some kind of energetic hold that you had on to a certain person to feel a certain way because it's what you desire, but if that person doesn't feel the same, you know, that hold is going to create restrictions. It's also going to bind you up to the wrong energy instead of having that open energy to maybe divinely direct you to where you would be equal, you know, like maybe it's equal give and take, but I feel like it's equal vibrations or equal growth. Upright, it's usually where two people are making decisions to be together and considering, you know, each other as well as each other, you know, as well as the other person. It can't always be a choice that's only for the benefit of the other person, or it can't always be a choice that's only for the benefit of the individual, because then it's going to be imbalanced. Maybe that was a message for somebody. Let's get another message. These are big energies, guys, because you have major arcana coming through. So the 13 and the 6, maybe 613. Also, the 13 brings you to a 4, which is maybe having a relationship be on a more solid foundation so you can build upon it. Maybe it's also about, I hear, taking charge. Maybe somebody was sort of putting a relationship on the back, like on the back burner, or maybe it's about, I'm getting like equal between masculine and feminine, because it's not about a man or a woman. It's about that back and forth energy within each person and amongst each other. I hope that made sense. Let's get another message. What's another message? And then we'll dive into something else. What is one more? And then maybe we'll go back to the tarot later. Oh, you got a lot of confidence. Also, I really like that this is here. And I'll show you the bottom. You do have the 2 of coins. So you do have maybe the balance between different areas of your life. Maybe there's an area of your life that is kind of not growing anymore, or getting kind of overpowering all of your time and attention. And maybe some of you or someone is ready to put more attention in the love department, or more attention on your soul, on your spirit, on your creativity, gaining more confidence. So the little energy here is just to adjust something in your schedule, or somebody else has to maybe adjust something, or maybe completely let something go. So there can be more time in love for a certain person. This is where you need to lighten things up a little bit, you know, because there's something here that's on your back, but it's not a big weight. It's only a little beach ball, and you're an elephant. You got a lot of elephants as well. Maybe you connect to elephants. So it's not that big a deal, you know. It's a lot easier to rebalance something if you start to maneuver your energy differently. So do pay attention to where you're placing your energy. You know, is it too heavy in one place? Or, you know, are you imbalanced on something because you're standing on one idea and not letting it go? I'm getting a little bit of that beach ball underneath the water thing, which is for me the energetic imprint of where you're holding in emotions. You know, because if you have these emotions, or maybe it's air, since the beach ball, maybe you're holding in your thoughts, you know, something that you really believe in or need to say, and it's always on the tip of your tongue, but then you never say it. It's going to be so much easier to express that clarity, maybe to bring clarity to somebody else. But if you hold that beach ball underneath the water, it's eventually going to pop up. And sometimes it pops up at the wrong person, at the wrong time, surprises yourself. Here it's definitely feeling imbalanced, but it's usually where you have awareness of where that imbalance is, what you feel like you're missing. And if you don't know what it is that is missing, you have to slowly make adjustments towards what makes you passionate, you know, what makes you feel alive and inspired. And you're going to start to get more and more clarity and energy grounding you in those arenas in your life. So maybe this is all about a Queen of Wands. This is also, I really like that I said that thing about the balance between masculine and feminine, because I feel like she's a really good example. She can be the pursuer, you know, she can go after exactly what she wants and get it. But she knows what and who is worth pursuing. If it's not the right like vibration back, or the right sunshine, you know, the right kind of spotlight, she feels weird energy, she's not going to keep going after that thing. She's going to go after, you know, what feels, I hear fresh. Maybe somebody's a little fresh. I mean, this is the one where she's got like a firework down there in her root chakra and some sunflowers on her boobs. She even has a sunflower on her head. So I do feel like this queen is very comfortable in her skin. I'm also getting that she's very comfortable in her sexuality. Like healthy, like in a healthy way. So I feel like at least this person is not afraid of expressing herself, but I feel like it is maybe only to those that she feels guided towards and open to. You know, maybe she can be sassy with the conversation with a lot of people, but I feel like she's sort of really deep and open with her spirit and who she is, or, you know, to a specific person. That's kind of what I'm getting with whose ever energy I'm tapping into with this queen. It could also be for some of you that you are making choices to change your everyday situations. If you do have a queen that's the upside down version of this in your life, and you feel like that is done and gone, because this is a queen upside down that is very selfish. She's very gossipy. She can be pushy with her energy, you know, instead of the upright where she's in her feminine energy and she is sitting back and allowing the right thing to come to her or him, because she knows what she deserves. When she's upside down, she's not in her highest vibration because she's comparing herself too much to others, and that doesn't do anybody any good. Because upright, she's just so unique, and she like sunbathes in that uniqueness, knowing that she's not like anyone else. And that is what's special about her. She shines that light out there, and she also loves unique attributes about others. And she wants others to know how special their light is. You know, unless she's that way, then she's always afraid of her light being dimmed, or she's dimming her own. So let's continue. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna try to keep myself a little more organized. Sometimes these cards go all over the place. So let's do, I kind of feel like, I don't know, we have that love, but I do feel like I should pull, a career card. So let me grab one more deck. I have the money moves, but I want to get another one. I'll be right back. All right, we already know with the lovers here that it's a little bit of a love reading, that there is some kind of decision that involves the heart. But I still feel like with that Queen of Wands, because she could be like head of a company or start, you know, her own business, as well as like, I'm getting even a really creative mother or parent. But let's go to 2 different career and life and just get a little insight in case you're here to know about projects, money, career. What is one? This is the money moves. So let's get one from this and then one from the career and life, and then kind of segue into the love. Yeah, you have wisdom. Well, you started with spiritual downloads, so maybe you or someone else is starting to trust what they feel. Energy, maybe more than logic. If somebody was a little more in logical land, this is trusting that energy, but then using that wisdom in your everyday. It's figuring something out through divine guidance. So I am getting that somebody is connecting the two. Insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. So you have to tap into nature. I'm actually getting supernatural kind of energy. And the only reason it feels supernatural is because there might not be understanding of what that is yet. So maybe some of you are having some maybe really passionate conversations about the supernatural, life, living. I'm even getting somebody learning about maybe love languages or psychology or parapsychology. I feel like somebody is having a lot of passion about a subject that maybe isn't so typical, maybe for them. But if you want to know about something in the physical, you have to look into the nature of something. So maybe this is even the nature of somebody's personality, how they're multifaceted, how there's a lot of depth in something. It could even be I'm getting the overall picture of, like I see a world or a year or numbers. I don't know what that is. If it has to do with maybe a business, maybe you have to look at the whole year's perspective or the numbers of something, sort of giving me algorithm type energy. So maybe some of you do something online. Use your best judgment. Just do your best. Sometimes we choose wrong, and then we can delete, that option, or we figure out that you're not going to make that choice again. But you learn through mistakes. You also learn through success. So it's learning through all of that. I do feel like you are gaining new perspective on something. I'm also seeing with that owl that maybe a situation that felt in the dark or confusing, that was unclear. I feel like you're gaining that illumination spiritually to see through the dark, see through the facade. Maybe somebody is sort of pulling the wool over your eyes or giving you only part of the picture. I feel like you're going to be able to maneuver yourself very well in the dark. And it could also be for some of you a silent partner that you're working with, or keeping silent about a certain project that you're working on until you see that manifestation in progress. Maybe some of you are keeping some plans to yourself, because I think of that owl as flying in silence until they get their catch. So let's go to the other one. Let's see what else comes through. What is another message? Clarity on wisdom, spiritual downloads, death, the lovers, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Coins. Please and thank you. I see this. There's time there. So maybe time is valuable. Or something about the timing of something. And then that's like one of those old radios. So I feel like you are going to listen to something that's going to help you bring something back into balance in your everyday world. When I look at the radio, I just think of Coast to Coast AM. I mean, we did get all that paranormal kind of energy. So maybe, ooh, that gave me goosies, guys. Maybe some of you listen to something on that, or you do some kind of paranormal podcast. That just went down my legs. So I hope that was helpful for someone. That would be a cool show to have or watch. I like weird shows like that. All right, let's go to this deck and get another message on career and life. Honest work. I kind of like this. Maybe some of you are, I feel like some of you do have something that you do that you like have a lot of passion on, but maybe right away, you know, until something gets a rolling, it doesn't bring the big dough in yet. Maybe until you figure something out, or gives, I did see a year before, maybe give something a year. So maybe some of you have a job like in a restaurant, in a store. I even see somebody doing something that could be in your community. I even see volunteer work with this. It could also be a really good conversation you have meeting somebody like in a pub or something like that. Maybe some of you are bartenders. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous. I feel like this might be for some of you where you meet a very wise person, or you are gaining a lot of wisdom because of all the people you encounter and what you get to, where is that, observe, you know, from a different perspective. I feel like maybe that gives you perspective. I'm also getting that this could be something that really grounds your energy. I'm also getting you get a lot of creative inspiration wherever this is for some kind of project that you're working on. Maybe some of you did have to leave an old job and you're doing sort of a transition thing. And I still feel like you're going to enjoy whatever this is, or the environment that like you're in, or the people you work with. Get some experience to help you move up in the future. Success is a process. It's not a quick fix. I did see you learning a lot of lessons. So it's all about the process. I feel like sometimes it's that hallway thing. You got to go through the hallway to find the right door. But sometimes you have that hallway to have you, I just see a bunch of people now sitting in a hallway waiting to go into an interview or an audition or something like that. Sometimes it's not about the door. Sometimes it's the person that's next to you, the person you were supposed to meet. So maybe some of you are looking for a job right now and you never thought of doing something that feels like good old honest work, but maybe there's a reason that you know, see a certain ad, or, you know, keep thinking about what it would be like to work in a certain store or something like that. I'm even getting some of you doing something in your car. So maybe it's like Uber, you're a driver for something. I always see like a mail person or a delivery person, something like that. Maybe you deliver pizza, but maybe you get a lot of exercise because you're on your bike. Maybe you meet somebody deliver their pizza. Or maybe it's about the in-between time. If you're doing something like that and it's not somebody you're having a conversation with, maybe it's about listening to the program, you know, gaining knowledge while you're doing something else to get you better at what you're passionate about. You know, if you're listening to school, you know, there are a lot of colleges where you can just go online and actually take the course without the official course, you know, being on your resume, but you still get the knowledge. So maybe it's about the in-between time and what you pay attention to, what you focus your energy on, and what you listen to, what you absorb. I like that came through. That was a kind of nice, weird segue. Let's go to something in love. Well, we started with the spiritual downloads. So, I do have the romance angels as well, but let's do a divine truth or two. What is a message or two pertaining to a person you're thinking about, or that you should know about somebody coming in, or maybe what somebody's thinking about you and you have no idea. Maybe you're totally in the dark about how somebody feels about you. What is the most prominent message to know and understand? That you or somebody else definitely had to let a past relationship go, or let somebody go that you really cared about, or maybe it was a mismatch, but somebody really cared about you. Maybe this was somebody who made the wrong choice. It's like somebody is, I don't know, framed in. It's like they have the window there, but they're not going through it. They're staying on the other side of that frame. So maybe this is somebody that's watching you, what you post online or something like that. This is a really hard energy for someone to go in. This could have been why somebody went through a huge transformation in their life, making different choices now about love. Maybe somebody made the wrong choice when it came to their heart. Maybe they didn't follow their heart, because if their heart was being led to you and they chose otherwise, I mean, that's a rough place to be. The wrong choice was made, and now there is somebody out there that's sitting in pain. Like they're really hurting here. Sitting in the pain of losing you. I just thought of that song, You Lost Me, by CHRISTINA Aguilera, and even the video is beautiful. I don't even think any other music came through, but even if that's the only one I put on this playlist, besides maybe what comes through at the Rockstar, maybe give that song a listen to. It's very beautiful. I can actually vividly see it right now. So somebody's hurting right now over you. Somebody chose to follow logic, to go a different direction. Maybe listen to outside sources, but I don't feel like they were listening to their inner self. But it could also be where you had to shut the door on someone. You had to say no. You had to use your wisdom and follow those red flags, and that was not the right, vibrational match for you. You called it quits. You moved into a new cycle, and now somebody is having like deep and painful reflection on that. Let's get another message from this half, and we'll go to the other half. Ooh, well, if this is coming through for you, I really like this. I mean, it has a weird message here, but I think that this is very powerful. Because if you and somebody vibrate together and work well together, get creative together, maybe even have that dichotomy of energy where the other person isn't like, the other one, then I don't know. I'm even seeing you put your heads together. You can have a really good business together. Have a lot of growth within yourself. I feel like these are really strong individuals on their own. But coming together, I feel like there's no end. And I just heard no rhyme or reason to what they can create. Maybe this is a couple that creates a really unusual business. I don't know why I just saw a food truck. Maybe because there's food there. I did see a driver before, but like, I don't think it's the normal, you know, on the street corner of New York City bodega kind of thing. I feel like it's something really weird. Like maybe you sell something very strange, or you have some kind of, I'm getting like gimmick, something like that draws attention. This is definitely a couple that would draw attention. Maybe that's why there's silence, but there's a lot of confidence in this person here. So if you have a lot of energy with a certain person coming in, I mean, I do feel like there is somebody here thinking about how much you could have built together. Maybe somebody is working with someone that is not the same powerful spiritual frequency, or there's not the same kind of growth or communication. And I feel like they don't feel like they're leveling up or growing, but it could also be where somebody made the wrong move or choice because they were too worried in their ego about what everyone else thought, especially if this is an unusual couple. So it's an indestructible force that many wish they could be, liked by few, envied by most. I feel like that envy kind of comes because the dynamic between these two is so strong that it's probably misunderstood on like two outside people, sources, personalities. I feel like whoever this is, they kind of see the results and not all the work. So let's go to the other half. Because I feel like those are two different energies, but I kind of feel like maybe whoever's in heartbreak is feeling like their power was sort of taken away or lost. Like I see somebody pulling the plug, but maybe that's the changes that are happening. Because I feel like these two are plugged in to the wall, to energy, you know, hopefully not just ego, but spiritual downloads. And that would be the divine guidance and wisdom to get on the path to big destiny, either individually because of support they have towards each other or together. Let's get clarity from the other half. Maybe it starts with communication. Communication about feelings, communication about big changes and transition, communication about maybe plans and future or wisdom gained through many situations. But this is telling you, if you had no communication, no contact, that there is somebody who is ready. Maybe after a long transition, maybe they were in that cocoon for a while, in the dark for a while, or you were, and it's telling you to expect a message because somebody wants to express how much they truly miss you. Let's get one more and then go to the love or the romance angels. Yeah, somebody wasn't thinking clearly before. They were the caterpillar, you know, they were in a different cycle. They were in a different vibration before. You know, maybe they had an innate wisdom on some things, but maybe it was even that they aren't so good with communicating. But when this comes through, it's only because somebody can only communicate with what they know, the experiences they have had, you know, the lessons they have gone through and learned, or maybe not. And this could be somebody's warped communication if they had some weird energy over here, you know, trying to maybe overpower or control a situation, or even false information or gossip, because that's what this queen could be upside down. She can focus on all of the wrong attributes on someone to blow that out of proportion to dim anyone else's light. So this is where somebody was looking a little bit wonky before, or they were really in their head and their ego and they didn't want to see something clearly. maybe until it was gone. And I feel like that has more to do with what they felt energetically than what they actually were looking at. Somebody was only able to see what they wanted. I am sorry for not seeing your worth. It looks like there had to be some kind of retraction of energy for someone to recognize what was missing. So let's do one from the Romance Angel since I mentioned it, and maybe just a few from the mystery deck. I didn't pull from that one. It is one message from the Romance Angels. What do the Romance Angels, we'll keep it energy, have to say about love and romance right now? To be hopeful, please, and thank you. Ooh, it's about a wedding. So maybe somebody is coming back to communicate something really big. Maybe it's a proposal. Maybe for some of you, this is a totally new person coming into your life. Maybe this is wisdom about marriage. Maybe this is a different kind of marriage. Maybe it's a business commitment. But the general message here is there is a situation right now that does involve marriage. It does look like I mean, if this is somebody coming through and they really do, like, they're thinking about proposing, they're thinking about the future, they're letting the past go, you know, they're stepping in with maybe a healing or healed heart first, communicating more clearly, making decisions that do involve their heart and not just their head, and having uber confidence. I feel like this is a very spiritual partnership and it's very big, and I just heard surprising. Maybe somebody does have a surprise, but particularly in this card, it doesn't look very happy. It looks like the girl's just kind of looking at him, but not really, and kind of putting on a little smirk or a smile, but it doesn't look genuine. And that guy doesn't look happy at all. It looks very posy. So maybe there was a partnership. It doesn't have to be a marriage, where it was like, I'm getting like, is that a guy, Mike Poser? Is that a song? I don't know what he has as far as music, but his name just came through. So I feel like maybe it's posing for the pretty picture, but the connection doesn't look so connected. So maybe it's a past partnership. Let's go to something else. Let's go to the mystery deck and see. Because I feel like there are different situations here, or different situations amongst you guys. What are a few mystery messages to be helpful? That one's sticking in my hand. Maybe there's somebody who wants to meet you in the middle. That would be good communication if somebody is having compromise. Also, if it's, you know, a beautiful wedding or a beautiful marriage coming through, there's going to be constant communication and, you know, compromising. But you do want somebody that meets you in the middle, not always, I guess, I'm getting like run the race. Run the distance. I don't know. I feel like there's like somebody running on empty or something like that. Let's get another message about meeting in the middle. This would definitely be a good place to start if you're going to be in any kind of partnership. Because if you're self-sufficient, then that's also why this power couple energy could really come into play. Because there's not another person completely reliant on someone else for something to work. Let's get another one. I feel like at the end here, I'm kind of stumbling my words a little bit. Like I'm getting kind of stuck. So maybe there's someone who does feel stuck right now, not knowing what to say, how to change, what to do. Maybe this stuck energy is downtime to do some deep self-reflection, especially if somebody had tunnel vision. If they're only looking at something one way and they never see that, where's that owl, that outside perspective, you know, the entire 360-degree span of what is going on. You might have focus, but you're going to be missing out on a lot. So maybe somebody's ready to take the blinders off. Have a little downtime, you know, do a little glow up, glowing differently, glowing spiritually, transforming with those beautiful spiritual wings, glowing yourself. You do have that queen that does look like she's kind of glowing, but also going towards the energies that feel light, that feel like they're in the right vibration. Let go and let God. And here you had somebody staying in a cycle that was supposed to end a long time ago. So this is somebody who knew that there was an ending, whether that's in a job, a partnership, or a way, you know, that whoever this is was going about doing something. It could just be in a mindset. It could be in a stuck energy. But it could even be here, self-sabotage for some of you or somebody you know. There has to be this completely letting go, doing something a different way, trusting the spiritual downloads you get along the way. Because if there was a cycle that was supposed to end, and whoever this is knows it, it's just going to feel more and more stuck and uncomfortable until they do something different. So I do feel like that's where it starts. So let's do rock stars. I hope this reading was helpful. Gave you a little insight, what's going on, what's happening, how to work around and through this energy best, or what maybe somebody else was going through. Free your mind. Take off the blinders, you know? No more tunnel vision. No more warped perceptions. Maybe it's seeing something for the reality that it is. Where's your, I don't have a clue here. For your mind. I also feel like that's whatever you're listening to. So maybe it's also unlearning what you were taught or you were told. Maybe it can be a different way. Expansion. Let's do one more because I don't really think much music came through this time. Although I just thought of Unbreak My Heart by Toni Braxton looking at this. Say You Love Me Again. That's a beautiful song. Actually, you're going to get two Toni songs. I just thought of How Could an Angel Break My Heart. I think it's the same album. Do You Remember When? Nostalgia. Bruce Springsteen. So maybe you're having a different reflection on the past. Don't get lost in nostalgia. Don't get lost in the past. Because sometimes in nostalgic energy, you see something in a more or less fond light than it actually happened. So how do you take that nostalgic energy and put a little glow up into how you want your future and your now to be, and put your energy into that? I stared at that. So you also have a little inspiration. Stevie Wonder. Where is it? I want to show you that girl again with her sunflower boobs. I don't know where she went. I don't know where she went. She doesn't want to come back out. So with this Stevie Wonder, trust your inner vision. Inspiration. And with this, I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope something came through that made sense to you, or maybe does down the line. And with this, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.